Alright guys, it's raining today, so today's objective, we're gonna go scout. We're gonna go scout public primarily. And one of the things I like to do when it's raining like this and we're leading up to the pre-rut phase, right now in Georgia, it's October 1st. And where I'm at in Georgia is you're about to be into prime pre-rut phase. Other parts of the country, you know, they're probably not seeing the pre-rut till late October, whereas down here in southeast Georgia, we're about to enter the pre-rut. So what I'm looking for today is I'm looking at mass crop, acorn crop, looking at the water oaks, looking for swamp chestnut oaks, looking for persimmons. All the muscadines are pretty much done. And we're gonna check on these food sources, find what sign's the freshest, and might go hunt it tomorrow morning. But that's kind of these conditions when it's rainy like this. A lot of times, these deer, when it's really nasty weather like this, for an extended period of time, these deer just kind of seem to lay down. So you're not bumping as many deer. Your scent's washing away, so it's just kind of a win-win. It's a great time to get out there. I got the kayak loaded up and I've got a covert camera I might hang, cell camera, got some batteries, got holders, got a dry bag for that camera, got a thermocell. So we're gonna get out here and see what's happening, and we'll see y'all in a minute. Alright, well, one thing I always like to do is I like to check right here near the check-in station. There's a big head in here, big hardwood head, and I found this back in turkey season. It was really thick in here, so I'm coming back through here and I'm just taking my time and I'm checking these persimmon trees. I'm gonna show you one right here. You get this block chopped up bark. That's when you know that's the bark of a persimmon. That's kind of what it looks like. Another thing is you'll notice in here, it's really thick in here, and there's a lot of beautyberry in here, which is another good natural browse. So I'll bet you there's a nice buck in here because it's right across from the parking lot. So everybody goes right past this. But I'm gonna hunt it. There's some big, giant live oaks in here too. I'll check them in a minute. I'm just gonna keep looking around. I hate those things. So this area right here is really overlooked, and while there's a few acorns on the ground, white oaks, not a ton of sign in here. These trees don't look to have made that much this year, but it's something to think about for next year. Keep checking on these spots, because a lot of times these spots that are overlooked can be really beneficial. They can pay off. But we're gonna get out of here and go deeper and go check out some of the spots. Alright, so I'm finding some swamp chestnut oaks in here. This fallen. There's another one. So, oh man, look at that one.
So if you see over here behind me, it's a bunch of blowdowns. North wind's coming from this way. So I suspect there's a bunch of swamp chestnut oaks in here that seem to be dropping, but I suspect the buck's gonna come from this thicket over here. Or he could lay up next to these blowdowns, but most of the pressure's from that way. So I would suspect the deer to come from this way, but I'm gonna keep walking, and if I find more sign, I'll log this in the app. Try to see if I can figure out a way. The best wind to come in on this is probably gonna be a west wind, or an east wind, I'm sorry, because the wind will be coming like this. We'll get on the downwind side of it, where the deer are coming out the thicket to these swamp chestnut oaks. But we'll see. Hadn't found any persimmons yet, but we're still walking, so we'll see. There you have it. If you can see, we were just back over there. I figured the deer would be coming from here, and sure enough, we got a rub line going straight into that thicket right here. But we're gonna keep piddling and see if we can find the best possible spot. Just really depends on year to year what trees are gonna be the ones that are dropping. That's what we're trying to decipher right now. So. So that's another rub that's connecting, and it's really just hugging down the edge of this, which when I find something like that, it kind of tells me that this buck is probably on any kind of easterly or westerly wind, or I'd really call it, well, you could say it's easterly or westerly. These edges, he's just cutting the downwind side of this right here, and those are probably made, you know, right up leading up to the pre-rut phase, looking for those first available does. So that's not, I don't think he's bedding in there per se. That's why we're just gonna keep going until we find something really hot. I'm looking for either a staging area or a tree that's right next to a security cover that's just loaded down with swamp chestnut oaks, or white oaks preferably. Those are the ones that I'm really looking for. And if I find some persimmons that are hot, then I'll go ahead and hunt those this week. But I'm more so looking down the line several weeks out. If I find something available that's hot, I'll go ahead and hunt it this week. We're gonna keep moving, see what else we find. So if you look right here, this little hole in here, alright, that's a bed. That's a buck bed. I just jumped a buck. And if you see what he's backed up to, all this stuff's thick right in here. There's a big blowdown right here. All this stuff is like canopied over his bed. Yeah, he went out that way. I don't think he knew what I was. He didn't smell me. So I'm not going to really put any scent more than I have to in here. But I can tell I don't need to find hair. I can look at it from here. And you can't see it, but I can see hair in it. I can tell it's matted down. So I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to keep moving and scouting and see what else we can find. Starting to get on them. Oh, look. Old, several years old. I don't know why people like to junk up land, litter, period. Just like, bring it home with you. If you live like a slob at your house, don't bring it out here to our public lands. We'll keep going. I'm just, basically, what I'm doing right now is I've already kind of combed through that area where those swamp chestnut oaks are. Haven't found any persimmons yet. But what I'm doing is I'm just hugging this transition line of the swamp and this thicket right here that runs northeast from here. So I'm just gonna follow that, keep scouting, see what else we find. This is a steep bluff right there. I'm just walking. This is a great pinch point of a ridge, deep drop off. I'm just walking down this edge, and trying to go closer towards the ag. Closer I get towards the ag, the hotter the sun's getting. A lot of these bucks, what they're doing is early season, obviously they're going to be hanging closer to the bed. So just going to keep moving. Look at this trail. Right at the base of this pinch point. You can see it's just beat down all the way down through here. I'll tell you, a really good stand would be getting one of these trees on this edge. If there's one, all your thermals are going to be blowing towards the water in the evening. All these deer coming down through here will never smell you right there. But we're making progress. We're just going to keep going. I'm going to mark this trail right here. I might hang this camera on it. Still going and going. That we're getting close. That we're getting close to some good stuff, I hope. I don't have service, so I can't really see exactly where I'm at. Alright, just jumped a buck. Probably a big deer. He's by himself. He's on this little point right here. Let me show it to you. Don't want to go in there a whole lot. Supposed to get more rain to wash this scent away, but this big swamp chestnut oak right here. If you see the water right there, the water kind of makes a little horseshoe bend and it kind of peters out. And so he's in this little secluded island or peninsula kind of. He had a lot of stuff over and he ran. I heard him jump the water. His escape route's that way. So probably the way to hunt this deer is have a way to get in here on an off wind. Alright, what's gonna make it tricky is the thermals. So I don't think, and it's nice and quiet right here, so you're probably not gonna get away with hunting this in the evening because there's no really hot food sources right next to this bed. But one thing about it is, in the mornings, you could probably beat him to the bed. He's probably coming back from the ag fields. And you could rattle this buck right up out that bed. So, I just made a mark on Onyx, and here's a scrape. Looks like that's not that old at all. So, you hear sometimes people call it bump and dump. Well, we're just going to scout and dump, because I'm not going to hunt this like immediately. I may hunt it this week, I don't know though. So what I'm trying to do right now is find a tree that's going to be quiet enough that I can get to successfully without scaring this deer half to death. Alright, so I just marked how I come in. Come in right off of this edge, this pines. I walk in here, not even 15 yards. I'll get up that tree right there. The buck will be bedded down in there. So I'll need something out of the northeast, east wind in the morning time to hopefully rattle that buck up out his bed. But gonna keep moving, find some good spots. One thing I really can't stand when people do this crap on public land. It's one thing to put it up and take it down just for reference till you figure out how you're going to get in. It's another thing to just leave it out here. Clean up after yourself. Dang. I reckon some coyotes live up under there. Shoot. I see all kind of stuff making a nest or something in there. Heck to the no, I ain't going near there. Alright, here we go. We done found it. Finally found some hot sign. I just jumped the buck. That's okay though, when you're scouting like this. We got rain tonight. That deer doesn't know what you are. He didn't smell me. Wind's in my face. So I'm not really worried about it, but I do know how to kill this deer now. I came around this outline stuff you can see, and I came in like that. He's bedded over here next to some water. Same type cover. It's been consistent. The same consistent theme today, scouting this stuff. All these bucks are laying tight to the water with all this cover at their back. And they're all escaping out towards the water. So, anyhow, I've got a perfect spot. And I will mark this and make sure I can get back in here this week. Because there's a staging area I'm going to show you. But this buck's coming from that bed and he's working right on down here. And I'm about to get out of here because there's rubs all in here. It's a fresh rub right there. I don't even want to walk over here, but this is a huge staging area. I could kill this buck. I'm about to find a tree right now. I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate y'all watching. Hopefully you learned something. Just like I did today, I learned a little bit about this public piece. And the fun part is now we can strategize and figure out how to kill him. Till next time. Y'all stay safe. God bless.